Yo, what's good, everybody? Didn't have the normal stream today because today I got the dope list coming to you. This is going to be something I'm going to be doing about once a week, and it won't replace the normal stream. Just this week it is, but wanted to get this one off, and it's going to be a little bit longer, and we put a little extra attention to it. So, guys, I'm going to do 2 intro songs as usual, but do me a favor, repost the stream, say what's up in the comments. Let's get some people in here. Gonna shine some light on some really cool projects here. But here we go, guys. Let me get a couple intros up.
Yeah, man. The odds always been stacked against me. You know, it's never been nothing, though. There's been times where I felt like I didn't have nowhere to go, but I've always had a strong network, strong people around me, my friends, my family. They've always helped me do that. You know, there are times where I might have stayed on my homie's the Bogle's couch for weeks. My homie Casey, I got his door kicked in, selling out of his house. Shit, man. You know, I remember being on the bus, driving past those lots and seeing those luxury cars, like, man, one day I'm going to afford those. And people looked at me like I was crazy. But I want to say thank you, because my haters have given me just as much inspiration as my support. So I love all you all equally. You guys keep hustling hard. I'll see you at the top. Check it.
Pass me the scale, I need that shit weighing right. Connect, spin on the road, driving all night. I remember being on the block under them porch lights, thinking I'll do whatever it takes to better my life. Being broke did something to my spirit. No matter what I got, they claim they couldn't hear it. Look at me now, driving German engineering. I'm drunk around the tether, there's no way I should be steering. Damn, Graham, we used to grab them peas, hit the block, break it down and straight serve them fiends. All right, Mike, grip the steel, get on the bike. We was only 14, but we was about that life. All the stupid shit we did, I can't believe nobody died. It's D-Block, bitch, but the money long as the alphabet. Cross me and I'll cross you off this real, please do not forget them other cats is counterfeit. We don't have an ounce of it, never learned how to quit. That's why I sold a lot of shit. Started off with some bricks, graduated to some keys. How do you think I learned business? I ain't got no degrees. Sitting in a suit, getting loose, but I was the blowing trees. Don't want to, but I'll shoot. You won't put my fingers, don't freeze. We didn't know go harder me. I get a pumping like an artery. The game is only for starters, G. I'm the bitch where you should be a baller and a player, but you'll never see me hoop. But you know what I say it if you ever see me shoot. No matter how you compute, the odds are in my favor. I can bring death or I can be your savior. In St. Louis City, dog, it's like that if you stay here. If you ain't feeling, stay clear, cause normal brews do not adhere. Friday and we drinking beer, 10 o'clock on the block. Hours later, social rockets back to the party spot. Start the cops smoking bottle, living life with all I got. The city top of the game at night. My PO is 5 years, not a day lower. Nigga, what? Told that bitch, holler at me when she's sober. I'm a felon, that's what's up. You think I ain't got that lower, bro? You wrong, got that block, drop the head off your shoulders. Boom! Might fuck around and drop an album. You know, just listen to it. Just one album.
Just one album, but today I got a whole list of dope projects that are coming up for you guys. I'm excited to get it going. I thought I accidentally closed the screen with the other. I'll pop this one off. Let's pump some charts, man. We got some awesome projects that we got to pump. Repost the space, baby. Let's get it.
Buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip. Yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, them candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. It's trade talk, homie, market makers who need. Okay, stay locked in, cause we steady making cheese. Cause it's going up daily, to making it some breeze. You just gotta click the button, overthinking makes you freeze. There's rules to this game, the pressure runs deep. Been around so long, I can tell you in my sleep. One, you gotta know who to trust. Who's always losing, who's coming in clutch. Two, you gotta know when to move. If you sideline on a pump, that's another way you lose. Three, is culture over everything. And something feels dope, it don't matter what nobody thinks. We buying every hit and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, them candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. It's trade talk, homie, market makers who you need. We stay locked in, cause we steady making cheese. If you're going up daily, then make it a breeze. Just gotta click the button, overthinking makes you freeze. I'm laughing to the bank while I'm laughing at some memes. Came in with the gold. Billy was the dream. This was going to a Billy. It ain't ever losing steam. About to go full board. Put my trust in the team. Run it up. Staying up late. Eyes glued in the screen. About to hit 100x. Trading margin like a fiend. Long on red, short on green. Real ones know just what I mean. Leave emotions out, bruh. Profits over everything. Buying every dim and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip. Yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, them candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark.
Let's go, baby. This one was for all my traders, my degens, and my Web3 hustlers. I'll see you at the top of the charts. Let's run it up. Peace out, everybody. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. What's up, everybody? This is Andrew Dope Sales, and we are going to get in the dope list. Smoke a little dope, the good dope, the green dope. It's legal Missouri here. Don't ban me from Fun. But yeah, guys, I think this is going to be a super fun episode because it's an episode to where I get to dig into a lot of my friends' projects and give them some exposure. Man, this smoke ain't stopping. This wasn't on purpose, this episode. I just didn't really smoke a little bit. But yeah, I get to dig into some of my friends' projects. And these are all projects that they support me and they support the stream, right? If they're on this list, they hold 1% of my token, dope token. And, I'm not going to put somebody on the list just because they hold dope token. These are all projects that were around me. And when I got this idea, I was like, yeah, these are cool. I want to highlight them and I want to support myself while doing it. Right. So that's why I came up with this dope list. So if you're seeing somebody on this list, I've dug into them. And I like what they're doing. And I specifically asked them to scoop 1% of my supply and get on this list, especially now watch Cheap Man. If you're a project and you think you got something cool, reach out to me. I'll check it out. And, we can see if we can get you on the list here. But yeah, guys, this is going to be a fun one. So if you're tuning in, regardless of where you're tuning in from, this is going out to X, LinkedIn, Twitch, and YouTube. So regardless of where you are, hit the comments, say what's up. If you got any questions about these projects along the way, let me know. I'll be sure to answer them. But yeah, I got a list of let me get my list up here. Here's how I'm going to run this actually. So I'm going to go through each of these projects. I'm going to go to their X. I'll pull up their socials. We'll take a look at them. And sorry, smoke's going to my eyes. Who would have guessed here? Right? Let me hit this one time so I'll go out. But yeah, so I'll go to their socials. We'll look at what they got going on. I'll check it out. I'll get my overall opinions and thoughts of what I know about them, and then we'll look at their charts too while we're here. So this will be kind of cool how we do this one. So let me get my my screen and share up here. Let me go to my X is where we'll start for all these guys. Sorry, guys, got to get my X up on this browser here. Actually, I'm just going to get X up on the other browser because it's already up on this browser. Cool. There we go. Now I just got to share it over here and pull it on the stage. Boom, we got it cracking. So I got a list of projects here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that we're gonna go through here. And I'm just gonna give the overall rundown of what they got cooking, and you know we'll get into it. So the first one at the top of my list is Getp, and this is by the homie EAC. This is his ex right here, right? And so Getp, he has Getp and he has EAC, right? But for the sake of this stream, I'm going to talk about EAC or I'm sorry about Getp, and and then we will we'll talk about EAC another time. But Getp is a super simple concept and easy to kick off, right? So the way he works with Getp is he's constantly streaming all day long. Let me go down to some of his posts here. Oh, there he is. He's reposting me. That's my first time seeing that. That's hella funny to see that on stream in real time. But look at EAC here in particular, right? Notice he's reposting all these different projects. He's streaming Trade Talk down here. He's promoting that. What EAC does is on his stream, he and this is another one. He's restreaming something there. He goes through and he supports other projects, right? So if you hold 1% of Getp, he's gonna shill for you, right? Now, one of the biggest projects one of the biggest problems a lot of projects have is community members don't want to work for their bags, or people want to hire raiders and they you're not sure if you're going to get the value out of some raiders. Well, EAC just throws that out the window for you, right? What you do is you scoop 1% of Getp, and he's going to show you all day long. He's got his stream going, but he's going to stream to pump, and then he's going to actually get in other areas on crypto and shill for you. So he actually shills for some of these projects they're on this list here. So Getp is an easy one to kick it off with. He doesn't have his Dex screener up here. I'm gonna pull up Dex real quick and go pull up his chart if we can find it over here. Otherwise, he's on pump. So we'll go to pump if it's not here for Getp. I don't know if he's got his Dex taken care of yet. Actually, I don't have my Dex for dope taken care of yet. So I know a lot of creator coins aren't getting it taken care of yet. So he doesn't have his Dex taken care. Oh yeah, there he is. We found his Dex right here. Getp. So let's peep out the Getp chart. This might not be his chart. Is it Getp? Is he the only Getp? How old is this? This is not the Getp chart. Let's go to pump.fun and find the Getp chart. There's only one Getp, but there might be a fake one now that this guy's cooking. So this is the real Getp from 15 days ago, right? That's how you know it's the real one. Look for the the pink pill on Getp. We got the 4-hour chart up for him, which is long for a meme coin, but look at this 4-hour chart. It's pretty bullish. You can see when he first launched, he got a lot of price action, bot action, or early action, but now it's just slow and steady build. And you can see what he's doing is he's slowly got some projects scooping up the 1%. So, you know, my dope take on Getp is, yeah, man, you could probably scoop this from both ends, right? If you're a investor looking for something that you can go to sleep on, and this guy's not going to rug you. I know who he is. He's been around, so it's safe. You're at 13K market cap, so it's got a lot of upside from here. Or if you're a project, right? The 1% is pretty cheap to get somebody shilling for you. So definitely check out Getp. This is the pump right here. That's the contract address. And then follow EAC right here on X. And we will keep you updated on all the cool stuff he's got cooking as stuff advances with him. So that's our first one here. The next one I'm going to go to is Lotto. Lotto is one that I think is pretty cool and has been around for a minute. So let me get Lotto up here. Just a Lotto. So this project is so cool to me because Just a Lotto is super OG. Just a Lotto is a year old, right? And we know that is like grandfather age in meme coin time. So they've been around, they've been grinding, they got a cool community, and their community is active, man. You know, they have so much going on within this Just a Lotto community. What they got 2 poker games every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, it was last night, we missed it. So they got on Tuesdays and Thursdays they got poker going down. So you got that, and then they do something else really cool with where they have these NFTs, and I'll show you in a minute. And they do a lotto based on them every week, and there's a lotto, and then there's an ongoing thing with it too. So it's a cool concept of what they got cooking. But what I really like about Lotto is just how active their community is. Like, dude, they got 30 plus people showing up for poker games twice a week. And then on top of that, one of the community leaders / founders, Ghost, he runs live perps trading, you know, almost actually every day a week, almost every day. I think maybe take Sundays off, but they're in there cooking all around. So I like what they got going here. Their OG status works in their favor, right? Because they got a lot of people in the community that they're around Ghost. They're learning the perps trading, and then they're firing it back into the chart. What I've seen from this community is just a culture that they go out and make money together in perps, and they go hit the charts. So like there's some cool stuff, and then they just got all the fun community activities that go down with it. So we're gonna check out some of their stuff here on their page. Here's their CA here in the pin post, so you can go find them. We'll check out their chart here in just a second. I want to see if they got any of Ghost perps chat, but I'll peep out Ghost page for you guys too. So you guys, here's Ghost right here. You guys want to make sure you shoot him a follow. And yeah, they're a CoinCatch partner. That's where they do their trading, and they I know they make some money trading there too. So they do some cool stuff with the project. So let me come to Ghost page so you can see that this guy is steadily on it with the perps, and he comes to me and Clutch's spaces too. But and he be posting all day. It looks like I got to scroll back to get his perp space from last night. Probably there you go. So like, here's Ghost and the homies. They do their perps, runs for 3 hours, man. Right? That's a solid length of time for doing some perps trades. So you can go up, show these guys, spend some time with them, make some money. Be with a community that makes some money. So let's peep out. Let's peep out their chart real quick here too. And actually, I want to peep out their NFTs if they have some more socials on here. We might have to do the update with the NFTs if they don't have it on their socials here. That might be our update thing. Oh, I'm on Ghost page. That's why. Back on Just a Lotto. So yeah, let's go to Just a Lotto's website here. Just a Lotto, baby. So yeah, they got perps. I forgot they got a wheel they spin, and let's peep this NFT collection here real quick. So these are their Lotto NFTs, right? So like they're super unique, and they do a new one like every week. So you get a lot of action with these guys, man. They got some cool stuff going on. So and these are just their current collections, right? So you got to stay up to date with what's going on with all the mints and all that good stuff. And then their poker, they got a long-term system going with that. So we will keep you guys up to date with what they got here. Let me find their let's go to their chart real quick. Let's peep out this chart. Get their CA here. Just a Lotto. So this is solid, right? So you can see here that they've got some strong liquidity compared to a lot of projects, right? A lot of projects only got 5 to 10% liquidity. Well, they've got a 464K market cap, and they got 99K, almost 100K in liquidity. So liquidity ratio is strong for this one, and that since they've been around for so long, you can see some pain that they felt in the market with everything else, but it looks like they're at a low, right? This has been some long-term support, really long-term support on the 4-hour chart. Wow, look, if you go all the way back to July, when they had this first breakout, they came tested down here, came tested down here, came tested again. So this is probably a good spot to build a position. And like, I'll be real, I know they got some stuff cooking, but a 460 to million is a double up. It's something that you can move into with a little bit bigger size than a lot of these meme coins without running the price up on yourself. So kudos to Just the Lotto for having some strong LP here. So I like what Just the Lotto's cooking, man. And here's my dope take for Just the Lotto is that, man, this is one that you can move into with a little bit of size and find yourself a double up in the near future, probably sooner than later. And in the meantime, hopefully you come in and look a little longer for a double up. You find a cool community that has a lot going on here, right? So everything from perps trading to poker to the Lotto. So yeah, good stuff from them. I'm looking forward to bringing more updates to them. Let's go to the next one. It's the Clutch Foundation, and the Clutch Foundation is who my badge is on X. I can probably find it here the easy way just by going to my profile. The Clutch Foundation, baby. So the Clutch Foundation is a project put together by my partner in crypto, my partner in crypto crime, Clutch, and it's a tax token, right? And I love what they're doing with this one. So outside of even looking at the chart and just knowing who's behind it, but the way it works with the Clutch Foundation is there's a 6% buy and sell tax on every transaction, 6 on the way in, 6 on the way out. And 100% of what's collected in taxes is donated to charity. So the first charity they actually donated to was the charity for missing and exploited children, and their motto is even one child is one too many. So that's why they picked that one. So awesome concept here to where everything is working towards just helping people, right? So if you're a person that wants to invest in something that you can feel good about the net value on society from, you can fire at this and know when you put in you're donated 6% of whatever you bought. And then when you sell, you can feel good because you're donated 6% of whatever you sold. And maybe you're like, well, I just want to donate the whole $1,000. Why don't I just do that? Well, that's great too, because one thing with projects like this is volume helps, because volume attracts other traders, bots, and when they buy and sell too, is the 6% still gets hit with them, right? They're still making that donation whether the bots know it or not. So the good, what you can do if you just wanted to donate 1,000 to whatever they're donating to that month, they change it every month. You can come through and just buy and sell your $1,000 until you've donated all of it 6% at a time. And then you've helped them too, because you've probably attracted some more bots and actually have been able to generate more donations just by your donation. So what they got going on here is really cool. Every month they pick something new to donate to. So it's a great cause and a changing cause. So it's a good thing. Let's check out a little bit more here. And get to wrong tab, and get to their website and then their chart. The Clutch Foundation. So cool website here. He's got everything in here as far as our spaces and all the stuff we host on X. that way the Clutch Foundation is a real business, right? We can be a real business and operate and do some things to really make sure it functions as a charity. But now let's go over to the decks here. The Clutch Foundation. So you can see here, this chart's pretty bullish, right? They had and we're on the 4-hour chart here too for a meme coin, but it's long, but we're still gonna rock with it. But it had the initial sell-off, but then it's been a slow and steady climb, and really there's been a few sells here, but you can see a lot of this market cap value is online with Solana just being down, and it's getting bought up. So this feels like again a safe one that you could put any amount of money in, and I can tell you confidently it's not going to zero. And then you also know that you're donating to a good cause with it. So this is an easy one to throw some support to, and I think everybody should just if you're making money in crypto, grab a bag of it, right? Because you'll probably make some money off it, and then you're helping donate to a good cause. So big fan, and obviously love what they're doing there with the Clutch Foundation. Now we're going to move on to CreCoin. CreCoin is another one that I work very closely with. I do some advisory for CreCoin. So CreCoin is another one that I do some advisory on, and they got a really cool project. So I love what CreCoin is doing, because they're a meme coin that is backed by real estate. So it's really cool, and so you got to check out CreCoin every day, or sorry, every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. They have a space on X covering RWA's real world assets. So I think that I co-host it with them, so there's a lot of value out of that. But then what they have as a token is really cool, and they pitch it as it's the future of currency, or they're trying to build a new currency because they're a meme coin backed by real estate. So they have these cash flowing assets, and they use that for buybacks and providing liquidity and stuff like that. So it's super huge with what they're doing and what they got cooking on the long term, and it's been well planned. They haven't rushed in anything like a lot of other meme coins. They too have been around for about a year. A year ago, they had a private sale. They raised $50,000, I think the number was, and that those funds were actually locked. So nobody's really sold off from the pre-sale and I think there's been a little bit of sell off on the pre-sale, but the majority of the funds are locked long term. So it's well thought out, well planned, and they got some good stuff cooking as far as how they're gonna expand CreCoin that we'll get into as I'm able to update. But let's go check out their chart. So actually we're on their website. Let's peep out their website first, and we're going to go to their chart. So solid website right here, just explaining the basics of CreCoin, right? Backed by real estate, profit fueled buybacks. It's designed for scarcity with their token removal, and everything's clear and transparent about as far as what real estate is backed and all that good stuff. And then let's peep out the roadmap real quick. So we are going into Q4. Oh, phase 3. So yeah, they're in phase 3 to where they're scaling the portfolio, and that's really just what I know from being around them. So now I want to go to their deck screener here. Let me see. Let me find their CA. Maybe it's on their X. There we go. So yeah, they got some big stuff popping here on CreCoin. This is a big boy chart. They got the big boy chart. So they've got 121 million market cap with 156K in liquidity. So interesting thing, I think their liquidity is actually deeper than what is showing, or is about to be deeper with the buybacks they have coming, right? So like with this, you're seeing your typical market cap spread of about 10% or so, right? So it's of to liquidity. I know what they have with coming with their buybacks and liquidity injection is the liquidity spread is going to get better. But if you look at this chart, it's actually super bullish. If we we can scroll back even further, but just even looking here, they've got a strong uptrend to where we found the bottom here, up, bottom. That's really our trend line is really going like this, and we're hitting it again. So right here around again, and they're feeling the pain in the market like everybody else too, right? As a low liquidity token, they're going to feel the sell off of Solana, but this feels like a good value buy for me on this one, because you're getting in on this 120 range, and we're just trending up, right? So I can see us over the next few weeks being up in the 160, 180 range, knocking on 200's door. So this is another one, right? They've been around for a while. They've got some they've got actual assets backing the token. It's one I'd say you could scale into with some size. That's my dope take for CreCoin, is you can scale into it with some size and feel comfortable with what's backing it and what they got cooking there. So bullish on CreCoin here. I want to bounce to the next one. It's called GottaBelieve. Sometimes you gotta believe. Let's go to their X here though. GottaBelieve. So yeah, I know they're in the beginning stage, and then the homie didn't even ask me to throw him on here when he accumulated his 1%. He just wanted to join the dope list, but I wanted to give him a highlight of what they got cooking. This is the GottaBelieve website. I'm gonna close some of these screens here. I gotta believe. So this token, it fuels their whole ecosystem, and they got their mission statement here and all that good stuff. I'll let you guys read, and they have a whole bunch of quotes that we say a lot in the world, right? And that's stuff that they're putting out there, and they're I know like it fuels it, and they're still putting together their pitching is my understanding. But let me show you a couple things they got on here. The Believer's Gauntlet. So this, I was looking at this earlier. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure story game. Begin your journey. I'm ready. I gotta believe. The first dip, suddenly the chart turns holy bread. The value of your bag plummets. The shadows are a canyon. A FUD fiend emerges. It whispers, echo in your mind. It's going to zero. You're full. It hisses. What do? Panic sell everything. This is the test. I gotta believe. Maybe he's the FUD storm. You open social media. There's a FUD storm. Maybe he's right. The FUD is unrolling. I'll check in with the Diamond Hand community for morale. We're destined for more. I gotta believe. This isn't a destination. The journey continues. I hodl. Boom. You're a believer. I think they're gonna have more tied into that game, and they got another one on here actually too. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Believers versus non-believers. Oh, dang, they popped me. My kid all of a sudden got interested in what I'm talking about now. They can't get me. I'm too much of a believer, baby. Ain't getting me. Ain't getting me. You got to defeat the non-believers. But yeah, cool little game, and I got a feeling that oh, that one got me. Oh, I got a feeling that they got more stuff coming with this. But I'm gonna close the game. You guys seen that? Let's peep out their chart real quick though. Gotta believe. So this this chart, nothing too spectacular here, right? 53K market cap. It are they a pump token? No, not a pump token. They'll answer themselves. They're still building, right? They're obviously just cooking up little buys themselves on this chart. Maybe some bots buying and selling. This is low liquidity. But if you think that, if you believe in what they believe, check it out. Grab yourself a little bag. It's early. You could be a part of something. They only got 36 holders, so sometimes you just gotta believe in something. Gonna go to my our next one here. I'm an advisor for this project too. It's called MKU 3000, and it's called MKU because MKU Ultra is a conspiracy theory that I think it's actually been proven true, but that they had government agencies had done stuff to brainwash people and get them to do stuff like that. So I think particularly children, is what it is. But this is a cool project because what they got going on is they're a conspiracy-based community. So you got a whole community of people that are into conspiracy theories. They run spaces where they dig into conspiracy theories. So it's just a different mix from what you see a lot in Web3. It's fresh, right? So that's why I enjoy it, and it's super fun to me. And so they, outside of that, how their community just doing other stuff too, right? They do perps trading. They're in the trenches. So outside of their conspiracy theory spaces, they do shield spaces, and they even do they even do perps trading spaces. So they have some really cool art associated with it too, right? They got an NFT collection coming. This is digging deep with Timbo. That's where they do their perps at. Tylenol causes autism. They're on top of all the conspiracy theories, man. So it's refreshing later in the night, if you've been grinding all day, to go get behind and go get around a community that is into some stuff that might not be 100% crypto. Let's peep their chart out, man. They've been slowly but surely cooking this thing. MKU 3000. They gotta have their chart easily found here on the X. I am failing them as an. Oh, here's the contract address. My bad. I thought I was failing them for a second. MKU 3000. So 30K market cap. I think their high is like 72 since launch, and these guys show up every day, all day, every day. They're grinding. So yeah, they had the initial launch. This was a CTO. So I think they CTO'd it back here in July. Yeah, they CTO'd it back in July, got the pump up. And then, they had a subscriber group that a lot of people took profits around this 70, 80K range. And now it looks like the final shakeout, right? You sold down here, it found a bottom right where they're at before. And then they had a person in the space that was a low-key supporter that sold off yesterday, right in this range, or a couple of days ago in this range. But then it got bought back up, and then actually donated to the MKU3 marketing wallet. So this is another one too, right? You've seen kind of the bottom right around here a couple times on these run-ups, to where the community is really not going to let it go, much lower than this. And then the short-term upside is all-time high again with how they're rolling. So I like this one, as you can move into something with a great community that's doing some stuff that really nobody else is doing in Web3. I don't see anybody else hanging, talking conspiracies and that stuff. So this one's pretty cool. I like what they got here. Now we're gonna go to another one that actually all these are really cool, right? But I like how they're all unique. But it's QuakkLife. They've been on the stream before, and they got some cool stuff cooking all around. So they're a rewards token. They got so much going on. They're rewards token. They're a utility NFT. They're a brand. They're actually using their token to power resorts, arts, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's cool what they got, man. And we'll look at their site in a second. But on X, they run a lot of spaces. You'll see here, and look at their art. They got some cool art. But you notice they'll run a lot of spaces tonight. They actually have a technical analysis. I told them I'd pop in for that, so I'll make sure I show up there a little later. Let me set that reminder. And they run spaces all the time. They put out some good frequent content. They've got a community of supporters that create content and engage in their content too. But if you look at it's unique, fresh content. That's the stuff that I like, right? Now let's go to their site and really look at what they got here, though. Guys, if you're just tuning into the stream, do me a favor, hit the comments with any questions you got, and hit the repost for us. Let's get some eyes on these projects we got here. So there's the QuakkLife link tree here. So let's first let's look at their. We'll save the chart for last, but let's look at some of their merch. I've never actually looked at their merch before when I was doing this, so we'll get a little real life review here. Oh, then they got a lot of merch. This is cool. Yeah, so like I said, they got cool art, right? And you can get all kinds of different merch with them. So I'm feeling the merch. A bunch of unique looking stuff, especially with this art up here. So I like the ducks on stuff for the merch for real. Let's see. Let's go to their NFTs. So let's peep out their NFTs here. So I believe staking their NFTs gives you what is it? Let me make sure I don't say it wrong. Oh, so you can stake them for merch, and then I think it even ties into some of their other stuff with some of their IRL stuff they have going on. But I'll have to hit them for some updates on this next one, and get a little bit of info on the NFTs. I'm let the NFTs load over here, and then I'm going to check out their game. Let's check out their game here. Infinite Royal, baby. The ultimate NFT showdown. Play now. Oh, I need a username. All right, so next dope list for your name for Quack. Putting that on the list here. All right, cool. We'll come back and play Infinite Royale next week on the dope list. We can't get their NFTs up here either. So let's go to their light paper, because I want to make sure I show you guys all the IRL stuff that they got cooking. The IRL Hub Initiative. Here we go. So this is really cool, right? So these are all the IRL stuff that they've got coming. So they got a conservation land preserving nature for everyone. They're gonna have lodging, Airbnbs, long-term homes, glamping, event centers for music, education, festivals, immersive arts, playgrounds, creative lounge, marketplace, the farm, the healing haven, so they can have hot tubs, saunas, cold plunges, and then a critter corner with animal sanctuaries and conservation efforts. So this is what made QuakkLife just so interesting to me, because they're finding a way to tie in IRL stuff with Web3, and then they're building a community that's into all this type of stuff. And then they've even got some other stuff coming too that they've told me about that is going to be very profitable for them to continue building this. So the IRL side of things that they have going on here in this chunk of things right here, you have so many things that are going to bring people into crypto, and they're going to be involved with a crypto community, and maybe not even necessarily know they're involved in a crypto community. They're just going to like what's going on and want more of it. And more of it always eventually leads to being in the actual crypto community, Web3 community. So I love what they have going on here. Take your pick of your favorite thing, right? You're the music person, you're the marketplace person, or you're the animal person, or the art person, right? There's so much going on there that they can use to onboard people. So they're cooking, man. And we're gonna, next week on here, we're gonna show the game and get some of their NFTs up. Let's go to their chart here, baby. Buy the coin on DEX. Gonna close a couple of days. So market cap is 200K, 56K in market cap. You know, pretty decently strong liquidity. I like that here. We're on the daily chart. Let's go back to the 4-hour. Again, both of these are long for meme coins, but you know, this is interesting, right? They were in a bit of a downtrend, so there's probably some whales exiting, right? As you can see with these big down candles right there. And this was probably like the last little bit of the bag that whale had dumped. And so now we're actually trending up, felt the pain in the market that we're seeing everything else feel right in here, right? And now we're at 200K. And I mean, really the real upside is all the way up here to you know, 500K plus new all-time high. Unless we go back further and it's higher. But you know, immediate upside is 200. Yeah, let's go test this 350 to 400 range is what I'm seeing in here, and then really a run to 500. So this is another one, right, to where they got so much going on IRL. This is a sleep on it bag to where you can DCA in, build a position of some size, and then just, you know, ride it up, right? You know, you're gonna get your all-time high here. They've got so much IRL stuff that, you know, you like the true upside from 200K into the multiple millions and tens of millions from here, and then all the NFTs that tie into it. So this one, this is a my dope take of the day for QuakkLife is that, yeah, this is one that I like it as a DCA into with the bigger bag, right? Because it's got a decently higher market cap compared to a lot of other stuff, and it's got decently thick liquidity, and they've got enough IRL stuff going on and profitable stuff coming that you feel like you got to double up in the near future, and then based on market analysis all around from there, you know, how much higher does it go? So bullish on QuakkLife. Let's check this next one out. The Alpha Rewards Index. Another really cool project. Simple explanation for this one. The Alpha Rewards Index. These guys are grinding. They've been around for a while, and we'll peep out their chart too. But the way Alpha Rewards Index works is they actually go out and they accumulate supply or form partnerships with other projects to accumulate supply of other rewards tokens that are solid, right? You know, they're spending money on these tokens, so they want them to be solid. But then they take those rewards and they sell them off and buy their chart to pump it. And it's actually been a really beautiful chart, you know, that when I follow it, and they've had some good pumps. They recently had a sell, like everything else, right? But let's check out their website here real quick, then we'll peep out their chart. The Alpha Rewards Index. Oh, and then you also they have a buy sell tax on their token too, so you earn tokens just by holding. So let me check out their They're still tech. So they have reward. Yeah, so they have portion rewards. You hold them. You get Solana sent to you. Sorry, I got thrown off there for a second. But yeah, so they hold projects within theirs, and it's an index of other rewards tokens. And you can see that index, and you can find good tokens in there, and then they use that to pump their own token, and then they burn tokens along the way too. But let's check out their chart. Their chart is where the action really is. We gotta get their CA at. Where's their CA? Alpha rewards. Make the CA easy to buy. Here we go. I'm just gonna go search for it the old-fashioned way. Gonna have to take note. They need to have their CA somewhere easily. Let's look up index. For rewards index, here we go, baby. So this is another good one. Actually, this is another great buy just based on what I know, right? So like I met them back around like here, and the chart just looks so bullish, and you got a little pullback, and then I remember around like here is where I was like, yeah, these guys are really cooking, and just you could tell they just sell off rewards from tokens and buy up. So they ran up to like 600 something K, and they felt the pullback of profit taking this and that. But then a whale recently just exited this week, so that's where you got these two big candles. And it looks like we probably are at a bottom or close to a bottom, right? Like we've seen bottoms around here several times. You had this was the breakout candle right here. So I wouldn't be surprised that there were buyers that are coming in right here. So right now from 200 to 500K looks like a given, and then in the near future, and then longer term, I expect it to run up and make an attempt at this 700K. We're on the 4-hour chart here, so I'd say you might. It depends, right? Everything can happen fast in crypto, but in the short term, I definitely can see this going back up to 500K. So I like this as a range. Another one that you can get in with some size and sleep on your bag at this range, right? I DCA in this one because we'll see it, there's support down here, but then it could just start taking off, and you could get a chart looking like how it did over here, and you might not get any real pullback to get in. So this is one I would DCA into, take advantage of the soul rewards, and just ride it out for some all-time highs. Let them go to work for you, right? They're finding the good rewards tokens on Solana, and you can actually just go buy those yourselves, right? Because they find good ones, or you just feel the benefits of them selling the rewards and pumping the chart for you. So alpha rewards is another banger. Let's go on to the next one. We're gonna go to GoldRush. I hang with these guys all the time. GoldRush. So this is a cool one, man. It's GoldRush is a coin that is on the Solana chain, and it rewards holders in Bitcoin, or Bitcoin, and then also gold coin. So it's actually pretty cool, right? It's a rewards token. Simple pitch for them, right? You hold their token, and you get two things that are stable. You get wrapped Bitcoin, and then you get gold. You get it like or you get a token backed by gold, right? So essentially tokenized gold. But it's good for people that they want the upside in crypto, but while you're holding it, you reap the rewards of these stable things, right? So the way it works is there's a buy-sell tax on GoldRush. And then those rewards are what are used to reward people. The Bitcoin and or the wrapped Bitcoin, and then the tokenized gold. So you can hold this and have the upside of crypto degens come and trade in and out of it, all that stuff. But then part of the reward of them trading in and out of it is you're going to get your Bitcoin, you're going to get your gold, and you get that stability in two assets that are stable but have a lot of upside. And these guys are grinders, man. You know, they're out here, they're in all these spaces, they're in my spaces, they're in CreCoin spaces, they're creating content, they're in the clutch spaces, the elevation spaces. So you see these guys around here grinding. Their founder's a cop. You know, he's out in the real world, you know, doing a real job, isn't going to rug the project. And their spaces person's a good guy that's on here grinding every day. So let's pull up their link tree here real quick. GoldRush. Oh, it just took us back to the X. All right, so we're gonna go get their CA right here. We're gonna come over here and pull up their chart. But you know, I really like these rewards tokens right now, and I like ones that are giving me something a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So GoldRush is actually a CTO. The initial dev rugged it. It originally ran up a nice big run. Dude rugged it, and you know, I think around here is where our cop friend took control, Case Slayer, and it's been really a battle. I think of just shaking out the whales, but I like this one, right? Just as something that you can hold and get the value of some other stuff, you know, and the value of other stuff, I mean, is by, you know, having a tokenized gold and having some and having some tokenized Bitcoin while having the upside. So we know there's a market demand that can send this to 200K, and it's pretty obvious this whale is out right now. Who knows who else is still in? But you know, it looks like the bottom would probably be 26K if it did go down to there. So my dope take on GoldRush is this is a DCA, right? Like, this is one of those ones that could take off and you want a piece of it because you've got 4x upside at any point in time, really any point in time. This has 4x upside. So I like that aspect of it. You know, so you want a piece of it, and it'll probably happen fast, but you can get in over a couple of days on it. And then if it goes down even to where our bottom is here, well, now that you fired, you know, a couple bullets, you broke down the 4 bullets, you're going to get an average entry of about 35K if it went down to what we would probably think the bottom was. So I like this range for looking for 4x upside. You know, maybe a little less if you have to DCA up, or, you know, DCAing down and getting more than 4x upside. So I think that's another good one. We got 2 more left here. We got Poker is our next one up. Poker is some homies of mine. I'm actually an advisor on Poker too. Let me get Poker up here real quick, guys. Poker's an easy pitch, man, because I've been with the Poker crew quite a bit. So Poker is it's a cool project, right? It's a community-based project with some utility. It's a meme coin with some utility. So the way PokerX works is there's a buy-sell tax, 6% on the way in, 6% on the way out, and then they break down the taxes like this. 1% is airdrop to everybody in Solana, you know, every 10 minutes just for holding. 1% is actually going to send somebody in the community to play the World Series of Poker. They do a weekly poker tournament, and you know, you get points for playing it, and whoever has the most points is going to go play the World Series of Poker. I think that's awesome, right? There's a lot of poker players, and then the big chunk of it, the 4% of it, goes to actually staking poker players in tournaments and then they blast the winnings of the chart to pump the chart. So they've been grinding, they've been building, they show up daily. They reposted this "What's Up Poker." They're probably tuning in. You see them in a lot of shill spaces. And I don't know what their market cap is right this second. Let's go check it out. I'll just search it here. PokerX. This is probably it. PokerX. So it's at a 17K market cap right now, but all-time high is at 50K. You can tell that they came out big out the gate. They've had some success staking poker players. I know they're actually about to start staking some players again. So that's going to be bullish. But they came in, had some sell-offs here, and now it's just been kind of hovering sideways. This chart needs to pick up some volume, to be honest. Once it gets some volume, it'll be good because it'll attract the bots, and then you and then you got some stuff, you know, that creates more taxes and fees, which just perpetuates the more. But what I will say is the liquidity's thick. 8.1K liquidity on 17K. That's 50% in liquidity right now. So that's strong, man. So this one with the dev buying, the dev working every day, this is a no-brainer buy at 17K. And I think we've had some buys come in right here recently. But it's a no-brainer buy at 17K for me, just because the upside's 50K. Now it's going to be a slow cook, right? I don't think this is one you can fire a ton of money at. This is one I would just DCA up. You know, I DCA all the way in to about, you know, like to fill this wick. If I was, you know, however long it took to build my bag until then you got a safe ride up to this new all-time high, assuming whatever whales were in on that wick are shaking out. And then you can ride up, right, to maybe a 10x from here. So my dope take of the day on poker is we're at a range to build a bag for like a 10x for this one, right? And then evaluate from there. But I know what they're doing with staking poker players, and like they're getting some action on me on my stream. So I know what they're doing there. Yeah, you definitely got this chance to win. It could send. It could send at any point in time. The guy's showing up and working. So I'm bullish on poker. We got one last one here. It's called Don't Do It. Don't do it, they said. Don't do it. These are the homies. So this is an easy pitch too, right? So we're obviously gonna look at their chart, but it's just don't do it. Just don't sell, right? That's their whole motto. The whole reason these projects don't send to crazy rates or crazy prices is people sell. Well, just don't do it. You can't do it. You just gotta hold, right? That's their thing. That's their motto. But they're out here grinding. They're forming partnerships. They're doing their thing. You can see they're super active. They just live by the motto, don't do it. That's really what there is to it. Don't do it. Let me go peep their chart for you guys though, so we can go check it out. But you know, they take a spin on the Nazi, or not the Nazi, the Nike. Sorry, they're gonna be mad at me at their mix the Nazi up in theirs. But on the Nike thing is, hey, you know, just do it. Well, don't do it. Don't sell any of those exit. We don't sell shoes. We sell stillness. So don't do it is bullshit. And I like their site, right? They got the chart up actually on the site, the trading view. So I'm gonna go to Deck Screener though, just to peep this out, because I do like Deck Screener a little bit better. There we go. So this is we got a 200K market cap here. Oh, we ran up to like 400. And it looks like we could be crawling up, right? So I like don't do it, man. They say don't do it. They say don't sell. But I say maybe you should buy this one, right? You look right here at the chart. They're in a bit of an uptrend right here on the 4 hour, right? I think yeah, we've got probably enough touches there to where it looks like we're breaking out of this downtrend. And so to be real, the upside is you'd like to fill this wick, right? Filling the wick as a first test up, that's really a double up. What's liquidity like on this one? Okay, so they're still on moon it, I guess, actually. Oh, that's where there's no way they're just on moon it. They're still on moon it. They are lacking some volume, right? So on this one, if you're gonna build a big bag, I'm gonna say come in some in some chunks and don't fire all at once. But guys, the dope take of the day for just don't do it is just do it. Just grab a bag. I gotta see on here. It looks like we broke the little downtrend that it was in, and it busted up. Now we're in a little bit of an uptrend, and if it can sustain this uptrend, the first target's going to be around here, which is about a 40% win. And then from there, we're looking at a double up plus and then a breakout. So the dope take is just do it. Just do it. Grab yourself a bag of just do it. Guys, this is the dope list. Thank you guys for tuning in. You'll see this repackaged throughout the week. I appreciate everybody for showing support. We'll see you guys on the streams later and the spaces later. But make sure you guys check out all these projects, man. If they're on the dope list, they're good, right? I gave you the quick rundown this week. I'm gonna get with all the projects throughout the week, and now we're gonna, next week we'll get some updates, and we'll keep them coming to you so everybody can know what's going on with the dope list, and you can see where these projects progress throughout the weeks here. So have a great day, everybody. Peace out, guys.